What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel giving you a more daily dose of radiation. And today's video we will cover, for those curious, how often do you have to troubleshoot equipment and actually be the technician instead of the technologist? And especially for nighttime, when there is no technician, you have to do both. So, let's see. So it all kind of depends on the equipment you have, how new it is, if they just set it up, Wi-Fi, and the whole system program that it's running. There's a lot of variables that will come into play as later on in your career, in your place, you'll be able to get a better understanding and ask questions to those who's been in the game longer at your hospital. They kind of know majority of all the, the quirks, the kicks, how to fix it and stuff. So it is a good idea to have someone who's been in the game longer in your hospital. And they can kind of, show you the way of how to fix stuff. As a student, I kind of picked up on majority of the issues they had at the hospital, how to fix it, since I'm working at one of the places that had my clinical sites, because I like it. I worked level trauma 3 hospital, doing night shift. So at night shift, it's like just me and someone else, which I've been there longer. So kind of the responsibility falls on me and how to fix stuff. But I also teach them, how to, if something comes up, how to fix it. So if I'm on the floor or I'm not there, they can, get the hang of it and, know what to do, so we can optimally produce, images. I would say the biggest thing that you'll encounter is the Wi-Fi connection issue between, once you go in elevators. We've noticed in our hospital, amongst elevators and going down to the ER, sometimes they'll get disconnected and you'll have to reconnect it, which is a simple, go in there and just hit a button and it'll try to, reconnect to the actual, to the connection. That's really simple, but it just gets annoying because if you take a bunch of pictures, like, you gotta wait for them all send, and if you're on the floor, and it just takes a longer time. It's just time. You're just there chilling and wasting. That's a simple one. Another one, if you shoot something too hot, the machine will overexpose, and you kind of have two situations. You can either deal with the machine giving you the warning, and you can only adjust your technique one little thing at a time, and it'll keep on throwing it up. Two, you just hit the flip off and on, reboot it, just like the really quick, not shut down, but just on and off, and kind of get it back going. That's something that'll happen. That all depends on, if you shoot something hot or it gets overexposed, or if you shoot something, a big boy patient. That is something that will occur quite often. Or if you shoot a little kid and you forget to change the technique, that is something that occurs. Let's see. If your battery dies, this is simply just switch out the thing, but it'll throw a code up and it won't let you shoot. Or connectivity issues to the board. If you switch out the battery and you hook it up and you take out the battery first, it'll take longer to reconnect and stuff. That's something. PD boards sometimes have issues too, because they're not always being used. At least in our facility, they're not. The main big X-ray rooms in our emergency room, if there's a storm or something, the system will kind of, it'll switch on to generator. So there's a 1 second when it'll be off, and then you have to manually you re-crank that mug. That's kind of annoying, but that's something you have to do. It'll happen. Certain stuff it won't send sometimes to your where you post process and stuff, so you have to go in and find thing to resend it, or sometimes it's having connectivity issues, so you have to like restart it. Stuff like that will happen. Or sometimes like the portable, since people yank it out of the charger so much, the little connector thing will get loose or get messed up, so sometimes you have to adjust it, tweak it, or if you don't have the right tools, you have to kind of, like, the broken iPhone memes, or you're just trying to hold it at the right angle, you try to get it to charge. That will happen too from time to time. Sometimes your tube, when you try to position yourself, will get harder, it'll get tightened. Sometimes you just need to get a little WD-40, or your technician will do something to it, and I'll get it kind of back to fixing. Sometimes the machines will get out of sync, like the main Xray big ones. Okay, you have to tweak around the settings to get it to link up and send. Or sometimes it'll send the raw images, which look very white, and you just gotta make sure you delete it. They're still trying to work on stuff like that. Or certain exams, if wherever you work at, they don't have the system set up right. It doesn't allow you to shoot the image. Let's say, for instance, a trauma patient, if they use, like just a random name, if there's like, they have certain things where it's just like a random name, emergency name, and then it'll have like just like, it's just random, and then you try to move it over and it doesn't let you because of like the sex because the GSL type gig that we use, the system doesn't quite work well, and that'll be an issue that will happen. I would say that's just kind of technical depending on where you work. Just gotta work with it. If you're curious on turnaround times, I was surprised when I learned how quickly they can fix it, but some of the times you only have like one technician for all your hospitals, or just for your whole hospital, which they deal with everything almost, except like, I know certain machines they will bring in the actual company to come fix it, but like they'll expedite it over a day to get some of the equipment. It's pretty cool that, but majority of the stuff is very foreign, so they got to bring it from abroad and they'll ship it in. So sometimes it could take longer, or sometimes they'll just keep on trying to fix it. I feel like when they say we don't have the budget, it's like you're driving that old car and you don't have enough money to buy a new car, so you just put in $50 just to patch it up to make it to the next paycheck. Just kind of feel like most hospitals, the techs, that's kind of the situation they're in. They just patch them up occasionally. I mean, we did get like 2 new portables, so I mean we don't like them, but we did. Can't say we've never gotten upgrades on portables, even though some of the machines we've gotten aren't fucking, like, they're new, but they're not like, the new car, like the new whips. Like, you go on Google and then you see them new whips that be the ones they be using at the state of the art Trauma One, like, fucking those, big hospitals you'll see on TVs, like those fancy portables. We don't have that. Like, I feel like we're like, I would say a good 3 generations behind. Like, instead of the 2023 whip, you get like looking at more of a 2010, almost 2015 type whip that you'll be getting. It's expensive to fix them. I ain't even gonna lie. I sat down with one of them when I was a student, and I asked them how much it cost to fix some of the stuff, and they were throwing up some numbers, and I was like, damn. And most techs just be out here just throwing the board, moving the board like it ain't none. And some of the stuff costs, like, when we were a student, we called it the house. Like, one of the imaging, like, brand new ones that we got, 100,000. I'm like, this is a house. If I break it, I'm in dead. Like it's a house payment, like a whole house. It's wild. So, hope that gives you an insight on the situations you can incur in the future. And yeah, it's been your boy Miguel. Hope you enjoy your daily dose of radiation. See you on the next one.